Hi everyone, today I'll be breaking down and recommending a trio of all-in-one ETFs for simple, safe, and almost passive investing. I'll first explain why you should choose one of these ETFs, and then I'll recommend a few at the end of the video. Please thumb to the video and subscribe to the channel for the short intro. I've previously made recommendations on a variety of ETFs. These two videos have been my most popular and I've linked them in the description if you're interested. For most people, the best investment strategy is not the most complicated one. It's the one they can actually stick with for 20 years. I don't know who said that, but credit to that person. That's where these all-in-one ETFs come in. They've been increasing in popularity. There's probably 500 ETFs to choose from, but I'll be focusing on the GROs for this video, and I'll explain at the end. The main reason people should consider them is this: they remove the need to build and manage your own portfolio. Instead of buying separate Canadian, US, international, emerging markets, and bonds, an all-in-one ETF packages everything together in one fund. And here's why they're useful. Number one, instant diversification. Every one-on-one chat that I have with a member of my course, they all ask, what stocks should I pick? What do I do? What do I invest in? With one purchase, you get exposure to thousands of companies across Canada, the US, and international markets, and even bonds. So instead of betting on one stock, one sector, or one country, you're spreading your money across the global market. That reduces the risk of one bad company or one bad country ruining your investment portfolio or your retirement portfolio. Number two, automatic rebalancing. This is probably one of the biggest benefits. Let's say your target is to build your own 80% stock, 20% bond portfolio. Over time, these stocks go up. Your portfolio might be 90% stocks or 95% stocks. If you're managing this yourself, you'll need to sell some stocks and then buy some bonds to bring it back to the target. However, with VGRO, XGRO, or ZGRO, the ETF does that for you automatically. That matters the most because most investors don't rebalance. They either overthink it, forget, or get too emotional and don't want to sell what they have. Number three, it keeps you disciplined. The hardest part of investing is not picking the perfect ETF. The hardest part is staying invested. All-in-one ETFs help because they're boring in a good way. You can buy one fund every month or every paycheck and not overthink it. I made a video a few months ago. The best way to improve your portfolio results is to make investing boring. If it's exciting, it's probably a bad thing in my opinion. No stock picking, no market timing, no checking 15 different holdings and the earnings of each, and no guessing whether tech, banks, energy, or real estate will outperform next. It's just consistent investing. Number four, lower fees than mutual funds. If you go to a bank and ask their investment advisors what to do, they'll sell you the same thing I'm recommending, but they'll charge you 2 or 3% per year to do it. And they can even charge you an early redemption fee if you sell or change your mind. Compared to traditional mutual funds, all-in-one ETFs usually have much lower fees. That matters a lot over time, so you might not think 1 or 2%, like it may not sound huge, but over 20 or 30 years, it can cost you tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So these ETFs are simple, but still cost efficient. Number five, great for beginners. For a new investor, the biggest problem is usually confusion. What do I buy? How much Canadian exposure? How much US exposure? Should I rebalance? Should I hold bonds? What if I pick the wrong stock? VGRO, XGRO, and ZGRO answer most of these questions automatically. You just need to decide whether the risk level of what I'm recommending is right for you. Number six, they're good for long-term investing. These ETFs are not meant for quick trading. They're meant for people to invest for many years. For example, you could hold them for the long term in your TFSA, RRSP, or FHSA. They're good for long-term wealth building, especially retirement savings. They're especially useful for someone who wants to build growth, but still wants some bond exposure to reduce volatility. Number seven, they reduce emotional mistakes. A lot of people lose money because they're constantly switching strategies. One year they buy dividend stocks like I did when I first started. The next year they chase tech, which again, I did that when I first started investing like 15 years ago. Then they panic during a crash and then they buy whatever is trending. An all-in-one ETF helps prevent this because it gives you a complete portfolio in one product. It's not exciting, but again, that's the point. Now going on to my trio of recommendations, VGRO, XGRO, and ZGRO ETFs. To me, they're essentially the same. It's hard to find a difference. VGRO has the highest management expense ratio at 0.24%, which is why I won't recommend it. So what this means is $10,000 invested will indirectly cost you $24 a year. So it doesn't sound bad, but XGRO has 0.2%. So the same $10,000 invested would get you $20 a year. And then ZGRO, which is what I'm recommending, has the lowest expense ratio at 0.18. These savings, it might not mean much, like you're saving like $2 a year or $6 a year, depending on what you had, but a $1 million portfolio and over 30 years, it'll add up. If you already own VGRO or XGRO, I probably wouldn't sell them and move them to ZGRO. They're essentially the same. So if we look at the 1 year performance for each, they're all looking like 21 or 22%. And then if you look at the 5 year performance, they're all at 52%. So these ETFs are on the safer side, but safer to me, I guess to a lot of people, it means lower returns. It's not interesting. So these are 80% stocks and 20% bonds. That's the important part you should focus on. Bonds are fixed interest payments, fixed income. 20% fixed is stable and safe. Safe means lower income, which I'm not interested in. I'm all about the high risk because I have a long time horizon, maybe 20 years. If you're young and you want risk, a mix of reduced risk and a little bit of exposure and some stable income, this is good for you. 80-20 is a great split. Personally, I wouldn't do it. They're all paying around 1% or 1.25% dividend yield. That's mainly from the 20% bonds. I wouldn't consider this a dividend stock though. That's just a little bonus you get every 3 months. So it's a safer growth stock with a little bit of a dividend bonus that you can either reinvest or splurge on avocado toast if you're interested. So what are the key takeaways? All-in-one ETFs are good for people who want simple investing, global diversification, automatic rebalancing, lower fees, less stress, long-term growth. And it's an all-in-one portfolio. Let me know what you invest in. Do you prefer XEQT or VEQT or ZEQT, I guess, for 100% stock risk and then no bonds? Do you invest in USD and just buy VOO? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions and tune in to the next one.